today's video. Yes, I'm actually filming a video. Anyways, today's video is on my experience with internet friends. Ha ha ha, yep, fun video, great video, can't wait, yep, so much fun. So, I'm gonna do a little backstory on kind of how we met, how long we were friends for, that kind of thing, and then I'll go more into the story if that makes sense. So, we met back in March of 2016, and we were friends, we met on MSP. A lot of you guys know, I'm not gonna part of me doesn't want to give a fake name just because, she's on the internet too. We did videos together. It's that kind of thing. But, yeah. I don't know. I'll decide what I do whenever. But anyways, so, we didn't really talk. And then one night we were both up late and we were talking and we both, we hit it off really well and we just became, instant best friends, if that makes sense. And we were just extremely, talking every day, talking for long times. And then one day we did hangouts audio call or whatever. And we finally talked face to face type thing. And it was cool, it was fun, it was great, yeah. But it's there were times where we'd talk for hours and hours and hours on end, and it's she knew I felt she knew a lot about me, but not, I don't know. Anyways, so I felt she knew a lot about me, and I thought I knew a lot about her. Now, in between the stuff that was happening, it's I had other friends, and those kind of ended badly, if you know what I mean. But me and this girl, we still stayed pretty close. We were good friends. And yeah. So the first years, it was pretty fine, but you'd fight over stupid things. But what got me the most was you probably read the disclaimer thing before the video started, but anyways, where was I going? Oh, yeah. So it's there was some good times, but there were times that we fought and stuff, and I found it was always, not even half the time she'd come back and be oh, I'm sorry or whatever. It was that was left on my shoulders. If I didn't go back and be the bigger person first, then that was it. It was over, it was done. Pack your bags, see you later. And it happened more than once. And this did kind of become, I don't want to say a burden, but I do. It was a lot of extra stress for me at one point. Because I was going through a lot, and then I had to worry about all that too. And it's hard to always be the bigger person and always have to make the first move, first step, and it gets wearing after a while. Literally anybody you ask will say that it gets wearing, and it does. And so we had a few fights like that and stuff where we like wouldn't talk. There was one fight we had where we didn't talk for like a week or 2 weeks. And it wasn't until I went back and finally was like, blah, 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 blah. And basically had to take all the blame for it when it was not all on me. It shouldn't have been me who went back. And I did because stupid here didn't learn their lesson from all the other times this had happened. But I thought, I'm the type of person that doesn't want to believe everyone is bad. I'm like, give them a chance, give them another chance, and I just give endless amounts of chances because I'm that person. So, skip ahead a little bit. In March, I'll say. Yeah, it was in March. Yeah, we're just gonna. So, anyways, in around like March of last year, 2017, we're all excited because it was like, whoa, 1 year we've known each other and stuff, and it was like a cool thing. Because I wasn't the person who had friends, I wasn't the person who had a life outside of the internet, really, because I was very much so a loner. So, yeah. So I thought, it was cool to have a friend. And that's, I think, part of the reason why I just kept going back and back and back and back. Anyways, so, skip ahead to, say, November of 2017. I made friends with this other girl. She's also a YouTuber, but we're just gonna kind of leave that out. Actually, no. We'll put it in the story. We'll add. But I do want to say, me and this girl that I'm talking about now, we're cool now. It's me and the girl that I knew for the longest that are just, we're not talking anymore. That's over. It's done. It's in the past. But anyways, me and this other girl, we kind of mended broken bridges and stuff, but it never is gonna stay the same forever. So, I'm sorry, I cracked my knuckles and I kind of like it. Anyways, so, I met this other girl around November, I'd say, of 2017. We started talking. We met on Instagram. We started talking. She was pretty cool, pretty nice. We talked for a while, and And then it was like, oh, this is one of my great friends. This is one of my best friends. And it was like, everything was great. Until we decided to make this group chat and introduce friends to friends. Because that was a great idea, I guess. In thought, it was a great idea. In execution, it was horrible. So, yeah. Anyways, so, I'm sorry, I keep oh. Anyways, we made this group chat because we wanted to play, like, you know those phone games you can play through iPhone where you guys can play, like, dominoes, or, not dominoes, what the frick. You can play, like, Uno and, like, Crazy Eights and stuff like that. And so we were like, oh, we want to play Crazy Eights, but you need at least 4 people. So she was like, oh, I'll put my other internet friend in, and you can put your internet friend in. And we were like, oh, okay, this seems like a good idea. So we did, you know, because what would go wrong? We're all friends, right? Right? Does that say kidney? No. Can't. What? I don't even care. Anyways. So, this is where it all kind of went downhill. So, my friend and my 2 friends started talking a lot, like off group chat. And I was getting shoved to the side. At least that's how I felt. I felt like I was being shoved to the side. And I felt like I was just the extra when we don't have something to do. That's who we'll message. That's how I felt. And you know, it sucks. It really, really sucks. And so it was just kind of like building up. And, you know, I was like, I don't know. It was just, a lot of things were happening. A lot of things were happening around that time in my life. And that was just kind of piling up. Because, you know, those were like my only friends. I didn't have a lot of friends. I have like 2 or 3 other people that I knew in real life that weren't great people, and I cut all like association off with them around the same time that all this went down. So, skip ahead now to say, sorry, my friend is texting me, we'll say, yeah, so this is building up from around, we'll say, late December, early January. Anyway, so we made plans. It was, yeah. So, it started going downhill, and then in March, me and the other girl, we'll call her, Dolly. Dolly is the girl that I've known the longest at this point. The other girl we'll call Lila, because, yeah, why not? So, me and Dolly were the longest friends at this point, but we weren't talking like we used to since Lila got tossed into the mix here. And so in March, coming up around, it was like a week, maybe before like our 2-year like friendship anniversary thing of me and Dolly's. And so, you know, it was like we decided we'd do account swaps on MSP. And I guess she didn't really think that one through fully, because I got on her account, she got on my account. I was on her account for like 2 minutes, and then I had to leave for a little bit. And I came back and I just never closed the tab. As you could tell when I started this video, I've had these tabs open since last night. Anyways, so I came home and it was still on the tab, so she hadn't logged on her account. And so I decided I think I was filming a video for it, and that's why I was doing it anyways. So I went on to the account, and I was like, oh, like normal things, like scroll through the messages, scroll through, like, friends, stuff like that. And so I started scrolling through the messages, and I see from about a few hours prior to me going on the account, it was about 2 pages down, she messaged a bunch of people. I don't know if that was just her trying, like, hoping that I wouldn't go down that far in the messages if I looked, or just not thinking about it. And there were these messages between her and someone who I was friends with, but for reasons I'm not friends with. Around August of last year, my grandmother passed away, and well, it was in like mid to late August last year my grandmother passed away, and it hurt me really, really bad when that happened because I was really close to my grandmother, and so having her gone was really hard for me. Anyways, so me and this girl got into an altercation, you might say, or something like that. Anyways, long story short, she ended up like, I still have the screenshots in my phone somewhere. I don't want to look for them because it has like her name and I don't feel like blocking it and stuff, but all my friends have seen them. This girl, Dolly, she saw them. She knew everything that happened between me and this other girl. We'll call her Rosa. She knew everything that went on between me and Rosa, and she knew how hurt I was by what she did, and she knew how upset I was because come the night of my grandmother's funeral, she just like blew up on me and was like, you should go and kill yourself. No one will even notice that you're gone. Nobody cares about you. Nobody ever will care about you. Blah, 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 blah. Just swearing at me and all sorts of stuff like that. Anyways, like I said, Dolly knew about this. She had seen all the screenshots from when all this happened in August. I already had very bad depression in August from my grandmother passing away and stuff like that, and others, just stuff like that. And so that was not like a thing that I took lightly. Like normally I wouldn't really. I'd be like, oh, whatever, we've known each other for a few months, sure, whatever. And then, yeah. So I'm scrolling through Dolly's messages and I see that she had a chat with this one. And I was like, oh, that's weird. She told me she had her blocked. And so, no, I was kind of like a little baffled by that. And so I clicked on the chat and decided to like look through and see what they were talking about in case it was just like something like she was trying to do something or she was trying to say something. Because in my mind it was like this girl had gone to my other friends before and kind of like spread lies about stuff and just stuff like that, spread lies and all sorts of stuff. And so I was like, oh, maybe she was doing something like that, you know. Dolly, since she was my, what we called each other, best friend, I was like, oh, because, you know, why would you expect anything other than that? And I noticed that it was actually Dolly who started the conversation with, I forget, Rosa. It was actually Dolly who started the conversation with Rosa. Rosa, I don't know. You know, it has Rose in it. That's a girl. And I'm sorry. And I was like a little, oh. And that kind of hurt me, and then I started looking through the chat of it, and it was like, it hurt me a lot reading through the chats of it, because it was like, just basically talking behind my back, shit talking me, and then it was a lot of, I really miss you, you were such a great person, I miss being friends with you, I don't understand why she freaked out so much. And I just, like, my heart just dropped when I read these, and I was just so upset, and I just started to feel so upset, and I just started crying, and I took screenshots of the chat, because she said my name to the girl and was like, just don't ever tell her that I'm talking to you. I still have the screenshots of the chat too, so. But anyways, she was like, don't ever tell her that I'm talking to you, because she'd, like, kill me and stuff like that. And I was just so taken back and just baffled and upset when I saw these texts, because I was like, you don't expect someone that, you know, you've been friends with that long to just do something like that to you. And so I sent her the screenshots, and I was like, what is this? And I got back ... and I was like, at this point, I had other stuff that was, like, happening. I had other stuff that was, like, happening in my life. And I was like, I just can't do this. This was, like, the final straw for me. I was like, I can't do this. And I was just like, that's when I finally hit my breaking point with this girl. And I was like, I'm done. I can't do this anymore. I'm done. I'm done with this. I'm done. I can't do this anymore. And she was like, she was one of my best friends. Like, she was like family to me. That's, like, we were very, well, I thought we were very close. And that's part of the reason why I think it hurt so much. And I was just so anyways, I was like so I was just done. I just hit my breaking point. I was like, I can't do this anymore, because when I saw that, I was like, how many other things has she said behind my back? Has she said to people? Has she, like, all of these things were going through my mind, and I was just like, I was like, I'm done. And I literally, because, yeah, I will admit I kind of, like, lost my cool at that point. I still have the texts, I think. I don't know. I got a new phone and stuff like that, so I don't really receive any of the messages. I don't even know if I have the messages from when all this happened with her. I might. I don't know. But I was like, I was freaking out because I was just so upset. I might put a screenshot in here. I probably won't, but I might. Of the conversation when I sent her the things. But I don't know. I'd have to really look for it through my phone to see if I have it. I don't even know if I have it anymore. Anyways, I was just so absolutely, like, I cried for so long about it because I was just so incredibly hurt and upset that she would do this to me. And so I told my other friend, Lila, I think that's what I named her. Anyways, I told Lila this and I sent her the screenshots and I was like, how could she do this? Because, you know, this girl, it was like, if she had someone she didn't like, she expected you to block them and never talk to them. But I guess she couldn't offer the same in return. Anyways, so I'm sorry, my friend keeps texting me. Anyways, so I tell Lila about this and I'm like really incredibly upset. And she's very quiet about it. And very much so kinda on the other girl's side. And it hurt me really, really, really bad when this happened. Because I just lost my other friends. And now I'm losing literally everyone, is how I felt. And the girl put a whole thing on MST with like, you know, I'm done with you. If you want me, then you can come apologize. And I was like, what do I need to be apologizing for? Do I need to be apologizing for the fact that you did something to me? I was like, I don't understand. What do I need to be apologizing for? Why should I be the one apologizing? It should be. And that just like sent me over the edge because I was like so incredibly like, oh my god, I was like, seriously, after everything that you just did, you just got caught in a lie. You're gonna look back at me and say, you should be the one to come back and say sorry. I was like, how? On God's green earth. Anyways, I was like, how on God's green earth do I need to be the one to go back and say I'm sorry? So, if you noticed, I privated all my videos on my channel as this was going down. I privated all of the ones that I did with her and kept up like 2 videos because there were ones without her. Anyways, ow, my knee. Ow. Anyways, so I literally, it just tipped me over the edge to read that when it said that, because I was like, I did absolutely nothing wrong. I should not be the one to have to go back and apologize. And this girl had done some other stuff too, like, I'm not gonna dive into it or anything, because this is just kind of my experience, but just like, life sucks. What I mean, so literally the day that all of this went down, I got called into an interview for a job. And I literally went in and was like shaking because I was still like trying to wrap my head around this. And I just went in and was like shaking. And I'm sure that the lady doing the interview, just thought that I was like so nervous because I was just like shaking. I just like kept my hands down under the table. And then when it came out to, like, filling out the paper for, like, what times you'd be able to work, my writing looked so bad because my hands were just, like, they were, like, shaking. And I was just like, oh my god. Anyways, I was so upset about this for such a long time and just kind of mopey depressed about it because I was like, damn, I just lost all my friends. I got a call back within a few days saying I got the job. And I was kind of excited about that. Kinda. I went into work and, me and my brother work at the same place, so. But he doesn't work as many hours as I do. I work around 40, 45 hours a week. He works around 10 to 15 at most. Anyway, so I've met a bunch of really, really cool people, and I've I'm really close with a bunch of the staff there and stuff. So that's awesome. It's like I made one really, really, really great friend, and then through her I met other people, and we all are just kind of like a big friend group in a way. But anyways, yeah, so fast forward to, it was right after the concert. It was like within like a week after I got back from the Jake Paul tour concert thing that I flew out for. I received a DM from Lila, and she was like, look, I'm sorry, I do miss you. You were a big part of my life, and you were a great person. And it was just like, I'm not gonna dive into it, but that was kind of like the gist of it. Like, I'm really, really sorry for what happened, and I never meant for anything like that to happen, type thing. And I was just like, because that's all that I wanted. I just wanted for once someone to come back and be like, I'm sorry, this was my fuck up, not yours. I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Because even when it wasn't my mistake, it was always me going back and being like, I'm sorry. Even if, like, she could have murdered someone and I'd be the one going into the police and being like, I'm sorry, I'm sorry, I'm sorry. Like, that's how one-sided this friendship was. If you could even call it that. And it's like, it just hurt me so bad for so long. And once I kind of like became really good friends with the people at work, like there was one girl, we'll call her Tulip. I don't know why I'm going for so many flower names, so Tulip and I were friends like in person for a while. She got hired on at this place before me. I actually can't say what place because apparently in the establishment agreement that I legally signed, you can't say anything about the place that I work online. Don't worry, just know it's a fast food joint. Anyways, so, we hadn't been talking or anything because it was something really, really serious. Like, it was not something light that she did. So we, like, weren't talking because we were like, I was so annoyed and, like, just hurt by it because it didn't just impact me, it impacted my family and stuff like that. And so it was just stuff like that. Anyways, and I was training, one of my training days type thing, because you have to go through, the way that it's set up now, you have to go through 5 days of training. So, 2.5 weeks. Anyways, so, me and the girl ran into each other at work, and she was just like, yo, I'm really, really sorry. And it's like, just seeing her actually say it to my face, I was like, damn, this is actually happening. And we ended up started talking again, and we actually are pretty good friends now again. But it's like, it wasn't until I actually made friends and stuff, I actually was like, damn, she treated me like shit. And actually getting to have someone who puts as much effort into the friendship as you is nice, because it should never ever ever be just one person trying in it. There has to always be two people. So, yep. Anyways, so I haven't talked to Dolly in like 5 going on 6 months now. And yeah, so it's been like 5 going on 6 months since I last talked to her. And me and Lila, or Lily, or whatever the frick I named her, I talk to every once in a while. It's not like consistent talking though, like it was before. Anyways, so that's really my whole experience with internet friends. Oh, actually, shouts out to Stephanie. She's lit. She's one of my internet friends. She's awesome. She has a YouTube channel. Don't remember. Sorry, I don't remember what it is. I'm sorry. Don't come at me. Don't snatch my weave. Anyways, if I can grab it from her, she was gonna make me a thumbnail for this video. I don't know if she is. I forgot. Anyways, yeah. So those are my experience with internet friends. I have like one really, really great internet friend that I still talk to like every single freaking day, and I love her to death. Like I said, shouts to Stephanie. She's lit, she's awesome, she's amazing. I love her. She's my best friend ever. Well, internet best friend wise, she's my best friend ever. I love her. She's great. She's amazing. I love her. Anyways, so that's really my whole experience with internet friends. I hope you guys enjoyed, and if you made it this far, honestly, like, props to you. Thank you for watching and hearing me out. It was kind of hard for me to tell the story, just because, it kind of does hurt talking about it, because after so long you just kind of lock it up and put it away and put it in the back of your mind, because it's not really something you want to talk about or want to think about or something. One thing I will admit is that, there definitely were times where I should have done things better, but there were definitely times where she could have done things a lot better. And it was just after the last thing, I was like, how long has she been doing this, Stuff like that, just literally wondering so many things. But anyways, so that's it, guys. Thank you for watching, and yeah, I'll see y'all later. Thank you so much for watching. Have a great day. Bye.